Getting off the beaten path and exploring the mountainous regions of India was probably the best decision we made in our trip so far. We met some amazing people with some interesting stories, but much like all great adventures, our time in Ladakh came to an end. We travelled back to Delhi to get onto the tourist path, and we're now going to be exploring the rest of the Golden Triangle, with our next stop being one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's one of the reasons why we were adamant to visit India, despite having to fork out £800 and submit endless amount of paperwork for our visa. Sometimes popular tourist destinations can be a bit of a letdown, and we started to think if it would be the same here. So after all the hardships we faced coming into this country, was it worth going through all that to visit the Golden Triangle? This is gonna be interesting. Right, so it's 4:48 in the morning right now. This is behind the scenes and what you gotta do to get those decent shots at Taj Mahal. We're staying at I'd have to say, a very budget place that's a few minutes walk from the West Gate, Taj Mahal. We've got a guide booked that our hotel recommended for 1,800 rupees, and we're going to meet them in about half an hour. For about 3-4 days in a row we've been travelling hours and hours and hours. Let's see how's it going to get us.
Good morning everybody, it is now 5:35 a.m. and it is actually very busy. This is a queue to get in, this is a foreigner queue, and right behind me you've got the local queue. Yeah, we've got some shoe covers and we've got some free bottles of water here that our lovely tour guide has given us. So you get that free with your ticket.
We are here all standing in the forecourt of Taj Mahal, and it's called Courtyard of Taj. There are 3 entrance gates of Taj Mahal. The gate which we are coming, this is called Western Gate of Taj. Now have a look here. This is the beautiful main entrance gate of Taj Mahal in northern side. But now have a look, the height of this gate 105 feet, about 35 meters. 11 is here on front side, exactly same like that 11 on other side. So 11 plus 11, 22. Taj Mahal complete in 22 years to build. This is the significance of that. There are small like this 210 rooms all around like this, because in that time, in those days in Agra, there is no any hotel, no any guest house. People are here to see Taj Mahal. They live in this room. So we attempted to take our mics, everything, but it got caught, and now we're getting to see the Taj Mahal for the first time. It's very, very crowded. Loads of people, as you'd expect. So the trick that you hear about don't stop as soon as you enter the Taj Mahal through the main entrance and walk right to the front is very, very true. We just passed all the crowds through the main courtyard, even though we got held up with the security checks, but we've got right to the front of the Taj. Considering the amount of people that we've seen entering, it is absolutely quiet. So we're gonna go and quickly get some shots, and then we're gonna see the Taj Mahal properly. But I have to say, in all its glory, this place is stunning. It's so much more beautiful in person than any picture that you have seen. One thing to note, right? Listen to your guide. Our guide warned us they won't allow any kind of tripod, they won't allow no mics, no food, nothing. So make sure you leave everything behind.
Glad we got here really early, because literally within 45 minutes the place is absolutely jam-packed. We got some shots earlier on. Thank you to our tour guide. He knew exactly where to go, where to get the right shots without anyone in there. Here's some of the shots.
So now we're just waiting for the sun to come up and shine over the Taj Mahal. You can really see the colours change as the sun slowly rises. Earlier on it was that kind of like pale grey colour, but now it's got like a yellowy hue to it. 5:40 the gates open now. Bear that in mind when you come. It was definitely worth the early wake up. So after spending probably a couple of hours of taking pictures, we're now actually going to start making our way through the Taj Mahal and understand why it's one of the 7 wonders.
I'll tell you why it's one of the 7 wonders, because every single part of this courtyard is symmetrical, from the Taj Mahal to the gardens to the benches, everything. And the ground is actually made from red stone, which is something that we've seen as a common theme when it comes to like the mosque here in India and over in Pakistan.
And something really, really interesting about the pillars here, the talk I just mentioned, probably wouldn't notice this if you just look at it, but the 4 pillars are slanted slightly outside. So when he mentioned that, you can kind of start seeing that. And the reason behind that is if there's any kind of earthquakes or if there's any kind of like natural movement within the land, the pillars will fall outwards and not inwards to protect the main Taj Mahal. That is brilliant architecture right there.
Make me laugh, but I was just saying to Irfan that he better make me a palace when I die.
Yeah, it was a tomb that Shah Jahan built over the course of 22 years for the love that he had for his third wife after she died. And the amazing thing is, the main building itself took 17 years to build, and the rest of the outside buildings took a further 5. So we're now come to the famous VIP Princess Diana bench. All the famous people come and get their photos taken. Probably one of the most busiest photo spots that we've come to so far this morning. Insert the pictures here. No matter how well a video or picture is edited, nothing can compare seeing the Taj Mahal in all its glory. The symmetrical construction, the grandeur of the pillars and the glistening white marble stand out from miles away. Each piece of marble is perfectly placed to create a symmetrical structure from whichever angle you view it. It's hard to believe that this place was built nearly 400 years ago with none of the modern technologies today. We're just walking around and going into the main mausoleum now, which is basically where the tomb is, and it's meant to be absolutely spectacular inside. We've just come out of the mausoleum now, and the line was long, but we did manage to make our way inside and walk through, and I have to say, inside it is beautiful as well. The tombs that you get to see, they're replicas that are made. The actual original tombs are downstairs, and you can see the stairs when you go down. You're not allowed to take any videos or pictures inside there. I've got some sneaky ones.
It's only open one day in the year, and that's at the month of Rajab, the Islamic calendar.
Yeah.
Where you can actually go downstairs and actually really get a close-up view of the tombs. Our tour guide was saying as well, it's only open 3 times a year when there's a full moon, and you can come at midnight and see the Taj Mahal glow up.
And it's meant to have like this milky white colour, which is completely different to any other time of the day that you see the moon. So if you have that opportunity, have a look. You have to book your tickets in advance for that because there are limited spaces. You know, when you walk around here, it's getting boiling hot now. It's 9 o'clock. You really start to appreciate the kind of amount of work that went into it.
Bye. See you later.
Bye, Taj Mahal. It was lovely seeing you. Until next time. If we had to travel to India just to see this place, it would still be worth the efforts that we went through. But with our Taj Mahal adventure sadly drawing to a close, we had to pack our things and make a 4-hour journey down to the final stop in the Golden Triangle, Jaipur, also known as the Pink City. After a day exploring the Taj Mahal, which was absolutely amazing, we drove from Agra all the way to Jaipur. We rested up last night, and now we're going to explore the day here in what they call the Pink City, right?
Yes, we are. I can't believe it. It feels like a long time ago that we went to visit the Taj Mahal.
But before we start exploring the whole city, we're going to go and get something to eat because we're absolutely starving. It's the morning right now. It's busy, it's hot. Zakaria's starving. So let's go and get something to eat, shall we?
Good morning, everybody. We have just made it to one of the best coffee spots in the whole of India. I'm going to say that because it has been the best so far. And the food has been 10 out of 10 so far. The vibes are so cool. You've got so many different types of options to choose from. I really didn't know which one to choose. This is the Korea's pancakes, half eaten. Here's my chicken quesadillas.
And my omelet's all gone.
Finished.
I'm very, very, very impressed. A bit pricey, like all this stuff costs 20 quid, but it is premium place. It's nice. I like it. Just been around the back and seen a whole full-on coffee roasting production facility that looks pretty advanced. Never seen a MacBook Pro out measuring the pressure and temperature of coffee roasting before. That's probably the reason why the coffee here was absolutely delicious. Some of the best coffee I've actually ever had.
Okay guys, now we have left the lovely breakfast spot and I need to get my eyebrows threaded.
This is a beauty parlour with a road full of cows. So maybe the cows need pampering, I don't know, but let's see if we can find it. I think it's this one. It's written in Hindi, so I don't know. Oh. Oh, men are allowed. Okay, okay.
Vicky has been spoiled here with 2 lollipops. I'm gonna get my eyebrows done by this lovely lady. Here we have it. Oh yeah. Now we've got some cream going on the eyebrows. Eyebrows and upper lip done. 60 rupees for eyebrows and upper lip, which is actually a bargain book. It's only 10 rupees for the upper lip. That has been the cheapest eyebrow threading service I have ever had in my life. And here's the final results, guys. Now we're making our way to one place that I'm very excited to see.
Nice to meet you. So we've just figured out, and I don't know why we didn't think of it before, but you can actually go inside the palace, but the food here is taking about an hour. We don't really have much time, so we're not going to go in, but it's equally as beautiful looking at it from outside. Some interesting facts about this place which really surprised me. There's over 900 windows here, and they were made for the royal ladies to look outside and see the street festivities back in the days when this was built, you know, after 1799. Because obviously back then, ladies' privacy was a thing, and it still is quite common in India today. When you go inside, you'll also notice that there's parts of it are really cool, and that's because the way the windows are built, the air that flows in gives a Venturi effect. And what that means is the air's flowing in pressurized, gives it a really cool feeling. If you get an opportunity, definitely go inside to have a look, but it's equally as beautiful outside, I'd say.
Definitely recommend coming to this place. Food on the other hand, it's alright. It just takes a while for it to come because it's very crowded.
Limited choices as well. So we're trying to find a photography guy. It's called the old photography person, I think, that is into her old school photography. So we're going to see if we can find this guy.
Hikam Chan is the guy, and he's been doing it for a very long time. Okay, so we are at the place where the old photographer guy, we've come to this shop because a local just said come here and ask them.
Okay, so I've got a number for someone that I need to contact to see when this person will arrive. Yeah, no luck with the guy just yet. I hope you can see him in a bit. Back to the hotel, we need to pack our suitcases and we come back here later.
Alright people, so we went back to the hotel after breakfast, rested up a little bit, and now we've come back out for an adventure. And we've come to the old famous Amber Fort. But before we actually make our way up to the palace, this view behind me, our taxi driver was like, you need to get a picture here. And to be honest, this is absolutely stunning. You can see the whole fort, you can see the lake, and you can see the surrounding walls around it, which was a wall that was built for protection. Now let's make our way to the palace.
Let's go. Really excited to see it.
Let's go.
Yes.
Hello Shankar.
Hello.
Welcome to the vlog.
Thank you. Our lovely driver got us a guide and he's English speaking. We are now driving up to the entrance of the palace.
Right, so we've made it to the palace and it's absolutely huge, bigger than I expected. We've made it to a pool, which is one of the first things you come and see when you come to the palace. So what did they use this pool for? Was it for baths?
The local people bathing and
washing, yeah.
Local people.
And now people don't use it no more?
No use, because now it's under the government. Look like commercial activities.
Commercial,
photography,
yeah.
wedding.
Oh, we're getting back.
Oh, back in the car, okay.
So we just jumped back into the car, making our way up to the palace now. But one thing I have to say, when you come, pick your days wisely, because if it's a public holiday, you're going to be waiting in line because it is very busy. All the domestic tourists come out. They want to explore the cities just like we want to do as foreign tourists. I think every single place we've picked the worst weekend because it was the longest weekend, 5-day holiday celebrating Mahatma Gandhi's birthday. Yeah, that's why everyone's out.
And we finally made it. We did say to our taxi driver we wanted to walk up, which would have taken us 15 minutes, but we ended up going through the roadside. Half an hour later, we kind of made it to the top, so it double time going by car, especially on a bank holiday. But here we are, the entrance, the big doors.
So we're just passing the kind of entrance into the main bit of the palace, and on the outskirts here you can see where they used to put the horses, basically the stables, and the rooms where they used to basically keep the food for the horses as well. So now we've just come to the kind of main courtyard area, which is the first courtyard, which is free to enter, but when you want to go upstairs to the other courtyards, you've got to pay some money. For foreign tourists, it's 502 rupees per person. Domestic is 102. We tried getting domestic, but they check your ID. So anyway, let's go and have a look and see what else there is.
I can see the reflection of the GoPro, is it picking it up? This water tank is still used today.
Rainwater comes down, gets stored in this massive tank here, which covers the whole of this area.
There's the connection there.
Yeah, it's amazing. And we've got the main entrance of the second courtyard over here, which is called the Ganesh Gate, and it's got the god of good luck at the top there. That's why it's called the Ganesh Gate. Interesting fact I just learned today, all of this area here is used, limestone or cloth is used here, and that's because only natural dye colour has been used to paint this, and limestone and cloth absorbs the colour. Cement doesn't. When cement dries, it doesn't absorb any colour, so that's why it's used.
Oh, look at that, guys. Right there you have the saffron garden. I can't believe it. During like festival time, women used to dress up in really heavy materials. The weight of the dress used to be around about 15 kg. You cannot wear 15 kg and walk around the whole night. So the ladies used to get into a wheelchair and they used to get pushed up this ramp here, which is actually really crazy. There you have the ramp, guys. Fashion elevators or escalators.
So now we're entering to the part of the palace where it all goes down. This is where the king had his two wives on either side living, and they'd entertain guests at night time as well. And you can really see it's a proper luxurious part of the palace. So when you look to the ceiling, you can see thousands of mirrors covering the ceiling, and it's these Belgian type mirrors, and there's a dual purpose to them. When you shine a light to them, they look like really miniature stars across the ceiling. It kind of like creates a bit of like a nighttime sky inside. But also in the winter it was used as a heating mechanism. So you light the candles, the light reflects off the mirror and creates some heat. Amazing. So dual purpose, not just looks, functional as well. And of course the well manicured gardens are going to be right by the luxurious place where you entertain guests. So we just spent some time exploring the new part of the palace. We're now entering the old part of the palace, and you can see the stark difference behind me between the new and the old. The building is a bit more rundown, a bit more aged obviously, because there's a few hundred years apart between them. But very interesting, the king that lived here had 12 wives, 6 planned, 6 unplanned, and there's 12 apartments all around here. 6 are big, 6 are small.
This around me is the women's apartment. None of them seen the king's room, but he used to pick and choose which room he was going to go to out of his wives. Now the crazy thing is there were no male security guards here at the time. It was transgender, dating back to the 16th century.
One of the final parts here of the palace is the back side of the palace, and surprise surprise, it is used for the servants. So majority female servants at the back, and you can see the difference in the architecture at the back of the palace, which is like, you know, you can see it's for servants versus the front, which is very, you can imagine it being luxurious. So yeah, still pretty nice views of the fort though.
And about Amber Fort, so I have to say it is a very beautiful palace. You like it?
I loved it. It was really interesting. Having a tour guide really makes a massive difference. You get to understand what the palace was used for and the history behind it, and the fort as well. The Golden Triangle is truly a unique route which covers some of the best sights India has to offer. Exploring the love story behind the Taj Mahal to the pink city of Jaipur, it's easy to see why it's such a popular tourist route. It's definitely worth taking a trip through this route, even if it is just to see one of the 7 wonders of the world. But from our experience, India has so much more to offer. So if you do plan to visit, make sure you give yourself time to cover much more than these 2 cities. In our next video, we explore the city of Mumbai, India's largest city. We got ourselves into a situation which all travellers pray they don't have to go through. Subscribe to find out what happens in next week's video. So we got my princess?
Come on then. Soldier boy, come me.
So we just figured out that you can actually go inside.